Hello. This is my 11-star new moon ritual for 13 degrees Taurus for the Rite of the Children. I'm going to be doing a 8-star layout, and that is a fractal layout for my regular 28 card spread is the avatar session, and then I have 9 lenses, 9 different 37 card spread, which I call the Ceremony of Light, and I've had this since April 9th, 1986. And I have done a lot of rituals with it for people and myself and everybody else. So anyway, but this is going to be the 8-star, so just 8 cards. I went ahead and shuffled up the deck ceremoniously and blessing all the spaces, but I took my thought deck and I cut the trumps, the borders off the trumps with this deck. So it seems fitting that for this reading that I'm not using a full deck, but this was like if not my first, probably my first thought deck that I bought in 1986. Anyway, so why are children being born into this world? Why are we bringing children into this world? 13 degrees Taurus. Yeah, here's my original box and stuff. I mean, they're probably not in the box price. Yeah. Who knows? Taurus, 13 degrees. A man handling baggage. This is a symbol of the joy and effort put forth on a practical or everyday side of life, and of the adjustment by which the human individual is able to make his niche for himself. In each available sphere of activity, here is an extreme of dependence on the strength and resources of self, and an emphasis on the fact that there is no function in society which is not of equal importance with every other in fulfilling a person's need to be useful. The key word is industry. When positive, the degree is an effective self-competence and virility of interest in normal living, and when negative, a dissipation of selfhood and a depreciation of all ambition through the performance of drudgery without protest. How Calvinistic. Anyway, let's get away from that. So I ask, why are we bringing children into this world? I'm gay myself, so I don't think I have any kids. I'm pretty sure I don't. But I like children. I saw a special the other night, and they were showing faces of children smiling and everything, and I thought, wow, that's what children are. Children are a bit of heaven. Children are the sunshine. Children are our connection to where we came before we came into this realm. And spirit, I think, is always very close to children. It's close to all of us, but in our culture, at this new millennium, I'm old. I'm from the last half of the last century. Jeez, beam me up, Scotty. Spearmint tea with rose hips. Marijuana, sacred, medicinal. Meds, good stuff. So why are the children here? Why do we bring children into the world? The Ace of Cups. I like that. Oh, it's doing it in the background. So the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. Sometimes the I Ching says, or the Ching, as my friend Andrew says, sometimes well, the Ching says with the cauldron hexagram. I think it's 54 or something. I don't know, I could be wrong. You have to empty out the cauldron sometimes. You have to turn the pot over. You have to empty the cup. Sometimes you have to throw it out to let it be able to be filled again. But I think it goes worth. I mean, I don't know. This is love. To me, this is like the heart of compassion and love. But so many children are in the middle of war right now. And it's like, why are we humans fighting over pride and prejudice? And I mean, we're going to be fighting over water, and pretty soon it's not nuclear stuff. So I would like to bring more children into a land of love, wouldn't you? That's in the Earth position. Who's handling the baggage? Or I guess, you know, okay, well, if the CIA is listening to this, they'll probably think this is a secret Al-Qaeda message that, you know, that means pass the, you know, pass the suitcase or whatever. No, I think it's going to be another thing like Japan. May or may not be an earthquake, but it's going to be a major nuclear installation. I think it's going to be worse than 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl. But maybe by the third time, wait, this is probably past third time. They didn't get it on the third time here, I guess, but maybe by then humanity will voluntarily, will all collectively decide enough of nuclear energy when we can have free energy. Tesla invented all that stuff. And there's been inventors since then. Cold fusion. 9 of Cups, happiness. Boy, look at this temptation. Like Easter baskets or piñatas. You know, if you're Spanish or Mexican or American born. Happiness. Each filled with a bunch of goodies. I like that lavender color. Lady Frida Harris was really pretty cool in the way she did the geometries. I mean, there's more to this in-depth stuff with these cards. 36 years later, I've been reading for 36 years. I still am discovering things. So anyway, we're a little bit past the new moon. Let me see what we are right now, because you know I'm doing this late, like almost 1:50 in the morning, past my bedtime. Oh well, yeah. Okay, well, the sun and moon, 14 degrees Taurus sun, and 26 Taurus. So 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's moved 13 degrees since the peak of the moon. So I'm still going to go with waxing. Some people say, oh no, it's waning now. Well, yeah, I guess it is waning, so I'll go with waning. So the psyche, in the psyche we have happiness, 9 of Cups, the wish card. What do you wish? What kind of world do you wish for your children? I wish for a world of peace. I know peace is a very tangible thing. You know, I've seen powers, I've seen amazing things, I've seen things that cannot be explained. And I'm not just only talking about my UFO experience. I'm talking about levitation, the macro power. About levitation, I'm talking about something standing still while the wind's blowing every direction. Eagles coming down, almost landing in a circle. We did, a group of us did, and an ending boundary circle. Was that 1995 or something like that? And at sunrise in Boulder, we went up to the mountains, and this brown eagle just came right down. And the lady that it came down to, which she was in the west, she was facing east. So the eagle came down, and barely, its talons came down and barely touched the boundary of the circle. We had to set up stone, white quartz, and there was like, I think, 8 of us. And my friend Kathy might remember this because I think she was there. And that eagle then just bounced right back up, and the lady, she just came out of her skin almost. It was awesome for her. She did energy work and healing work and stuff, and so probably still does. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, psychic energy is real. It's just it's tuning and reflecting to the inner self and having the time to slow down and be centered and focused and be who you are. Three of Swords, sadness. I think in the tree of life coming from Bina down through Doth, I think Rahorkut does have mercy on us, Maybe it doesn't hurt in the end. My friend the other day said, healing is when you realize that you never really were hurt. After I had a dream that said it in another way. I just now remember that. Wow, cool. Three of Swords. Sorrow. Saturn in Libra. And this is the intellect. This is the intellect of the world. This is the position. The first position was Earth, and it was Ace of Cups. So what are our labors? How are we working together to make it a better world? Nine of Cups, psyche, happiness, wishes. Wishes do come true if you're young at heart. And I think that's a powerful children myth, because it's believable. I mean, we put our, never mind, I'm not going to go into that. Pharmacies might shut me down. Anyway. Three of Swords. Sorrow. That is in the position of air, the mind. And it just seems to me like we're forming more sorrow. We're bragging about catching a terrorist, what it took us 10 years, a decade, to catch this guy that had kidney problems. Come on. Anyway, besides that, I don't want to get into my Pluto energy here. Damn it, that Pluto line makes me political, and I don't want to be political because that's old hat, old news. But yeah, I think we have the power to change things if peaceful people get together and get core groups going and meditate and gather for no particular reason. Or you could gather to talk about tarot cards. There's a lot of cool stuff in tarot cards. Six of Discs, success. And this is the inner spirit, success. See everybody sitting around the table, six. I guess the Piscean age, we tried to make that like, the round table. Our CEOs, we could get together. Except, the tables got long and rectangular or something or whatever, or even plastic. But the whole myth of the Knights of the Round Table and the sacred rose of the cross. This is the moon in Taurus, by the way. Actually is. You got the little crescent horns right there, and you can go look it up online. This is Bob Deck. Most of you Thelemites and Matians know this. And there's Taurus. And you got Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Mercury, and Mars. I had some deep thought about those planets today. I can't remember it right now. Maybe it's the way they're lining up. Who knows? Now. So success is possible, the inner spirit. If we pray for peace, we pray for what we want, and we ask. And you don't have to ask anyone in particular, It's not an ego trip. I think the ego's okay. We got to have some pride. We got to have some identity. I like what Gurdjieff said. The ego is a magnetic center. I like what Jose Arguelles kind of implied with the Mayan work, dream spell, that ego is focus. So, there are times to go into trance and lose focus, and there's times to forget, and there's times to remember, and there's times to really focus. Ten of Cups. All right. Now I'm wondering there. This is the Tree of Life, and from Kether all the way down to Chachma and Bana, and past Doth down into Chesed and Gebura and Tiferet and Nesak and Hod and Yesod and Malkuth. And it's just pouring down onto the earth from heaven above, from the 10 dimensions. 10, 9, Musho Kaku says what, 13, 14, string theory. Barbara Hand Klaus says 9. I think the Mayans and some Orientals say different amounts, but yeah, different dimensions. Right now, the 4th dimension, the time is being held hostage. Took a lot of great